Hi, everybody. It is now November 2nd, 2019. As California is burning up, a lot of the country is really cold and experiencing power outages. As of Thursday night, close to 1 million on the Northeast were without power. I'm going to go through a line of just, well, it was one of those 1,000+ mile storms, that start in the Gulf and go all the way to Canada. So this, Western Massachusetts, I'm not going to play a lot of the videos. I'll link below to everything. You can play it if you want. Look at this tree. Look at how sick and diseased is this tree that, well, high winds just broke off. That is a very diseased tree. Oh boy, it's really, the disease, the trees are just toppling over, all over. In fact, this guy says, a lot of trees came down. Here, this is in Maine. Windstorm knocks out power to 100,000 in Maine. Look how diseased this tree is. These are huge trees that should be able to withstand 50-mile-per-hour winds. That's how they used to. We had those winds very often, and trees did not come tumbling down all over. Well, now they do, because they're so weak, because they're so sick and diseased, their immune system's shot. Look at all of the fungal disease all over this tree. And it's a big tree. So, yep, trees came down, power lines, hitting power lines, power outages, and wow, it's cold. I'm in South Carolina. I cannot believe it started last night. It was probably 9:30 at night, maybe a little earlier, 9, but it was dark out, and it was still warm, and it was like someone flipped a switch. It was so sudden. We dropped, I'd say, 22 degrees. Bam. And a neighbor had stopped by, and I said, oh my God, it has gotten so cold. And she said, yeah, it was like someone flipped a switch. I can't believe how quickly it happened. Well, it did happen very quickly. Torrential rain, damaging winds, hit mid-Atlantic, and record snows, record temperatures, low temperatures. And this storm hit so many different states: Pennsylvania, Maine, Vermont, New York, Maryland. After heavy rain and howling winds in upstate New York, here comes the snow. Wow, okay. A day after parts of upstate New York hit 70 degrees amid record-breaking rain, their temperature dropped a whole lot, and now 3 to 5 inches of snow possible. Look at this. Sinkhole swallows 2 cars in central New York flood. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Waterville, New York. Waterville, New York. Well, there's a Waterville, Long Island. I don't know if this is Long Island, but that's quite the sinkhole. Extremely low frequencies blasting away. Gwen towers, ground wave frequencies. I do believe that it's the frequencies that are causing all of these sinkholes. Storms leave behind damage, traps some drivers in high water. Baltimore. Trees down, power outages. Look how sick the trees are. You can see the fungal disease, all of the green on this trunk. Record low temperatures up to 50 degrees below normal threaten to absolutely wreck the rest of the harvest season. That's right. First, it was nonstop floods pretty much throughout the entire year 2019, maybe starting in February, March. Then they had snow, which ruined a harvest. And now they have 50 degrees below normal. Half of all corn still has not been harvested. Due to unprecedented rainfall and extreme flooding earlier in the year, many farmers faced extraordinary delays in getting their crops planted, hoping for good weather at the end of the season so that they could have some time for their crops to fully mature and be harvested. But nope, nightmare scenario materialized. A couple of monster snowstorms, and then, or now, record low temperatures. Boy, are they really just destroying so many individual farmers, independent farmers. But think about the farms, think about the fires in California, think about the, yeah. A significant freeze will kill the whole plant, and any frost will act to defoliate plants, resulting in diminished grain filling for the seeds, especially on the upper half of the plants. Talking about corn. Less than half of all U.S. corn has been harvested. Food prices are going to really get quite expensive. Low temperatures that we have seen this week are hard to believe. One community in Utah, Pete's Sink, I think, Utah, 45 degrees below zero. Sub-zero cold recorded as far south as the Grand Canyon. Big Piney, Wyoming, minus 24 degrees. Peter Sinks, Utah, minus 45. Bozeman, Montana, minus 14. Casper, Wyoming, minus 8. Grand Junction, Colorado, 12 degrees. Livingston, Montana, minus 12 degrees. Rawlins, Wyoming, minus 20 degrees. Rock Springs, Wyoming, minus 6 degrees. Salt Lake City, 14 degrees. Denver, 3 degrees. It's strange that so much of the nation is experiencing such bitterly cold weather while much of California is being burned to a crisp by horrific wildfires. What's strange is, Michael Schneider, you never talk about weather modification. Well, this is Michael Schneider's website and his article. Everywhere we look, there have been bizarre weather extremes, and many expect that to continue into the weather season. Warm weather cities like Albuquerque, New Mexico, 19 degrees. All this on Thursday. Midwest, yep. Well, Just this year alone destroyed so many farmers. Colorado, Texas, Central Plains, 30 to 50 degrees below normal. Crop losses will be severe in many areas. This is the radar site right now. Look at all of the extremely low frequencies. But that is a regular that I see. I did see it pulsing earlier today, Southern California. But look at all of our radar going strong. Going strong. Want to see? Let's see. This was on the 30th at 8:11 p.m. Wow. Precipitation taking on the microwave signature. And what fabulous straight-lined precipitation we have. And wow, now that's some nice nano balloons operating. Look at these. Wonderful. I mean, it couldn't be more obvious that microwaves are affecting our weather. Washington, November 3rd is coming up for you guys, and I hope to God nothing happens. If some of you don't know what I'm talking about, November 3rd, I posted a video, but put in Washington, November 3rd. I'm sure you'll come up with videos on a possible false flag taking place November 3rd in Washington. So we've got our radar producing plasma, artificial plasma, and we have amazing, you've got to see this way. Look at all of the microwaves. This is not Mother Nature, not at all. But I may have to lower this a little, yeah. Straight lined, not Mother Nature. All of these straight lines. But wow, now that is intense. That is definitely not Mother Nature. That is a string of balloons, nanotechnology. And wow, nice circular, extremely low frequency Gulf. Look at this. I mean, it's really remarkable. So, this was on, I think Wednesday? Was Wednesday the 30th? Wow. That's November. Okay. Superheating right down here. And look at this. You can see the microwaves from here. Here's a close-up shot for you. Nice, huh? It's really cold in South Carolina tonight. This is a close-up of what's happening in Washington. Very bizarre. Signature of frequency, which I can't say anything beyond that. Look at this. Oh, God. I mean, do you really have to say much? It's like, how is it that people can't see? This was on the 31st at 2:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look at this pulse. Whoa, up here in Canada. Wow. Now that is a powerful pulse from Doppler radar. The 31st at 6:15 p.m. Thursday. And they're not hiding anything from us, that's for sure. But look at how unbelievably long was that storm that took out so much power. Power outages and trees down and flash flooding, and look how unbelievably straight-lined is this. Whoa, Mother Nature, you have perfected yourself. Even up here, top of the storm, look at these extremely low frequencies going through that. Here we go, Washington again. But, okie dokie, really? You gonna tell me that this storm is a natural storm? No, Carol, it has everything to do with climate change. Climate change is just, it has changed storms in like real life, but it also changed them on radar and satellite. Oh, okay. Look at these extremely low frequencies. Look at how straight-edged the plasma is. Man, oh man, oh man. So here is the storm, and look at all of the microwaves. Nothing about this was natural. This is on the 31st at 6:39 p.m. Wow. And air masses moving in different directions, different speeds. Yes, I have videos on how man can control the air masses. Oh, wow. All right, well, really? Going southwest and going northeast, and very strange. Well, clouds moving, an air mass moving above an air mass that seems to be not moving at all. That's a strange looking cloud. A cloud standing? I don't know. But yeah. Going in two directions. Look at the amount of frequencies in this. The microwaves, the extremely low frequencies. The whole thing manufactured. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that so many of us have been at this for years and years and years, and we still can't get people to even consider that man is controlling the weather. Microwaves. Microwaves throughout this storm. It's not a surprise to me that, well, destruction came about. Microwaves, all the ripples that you see, the evenly spaced ripples. And Montana, Idaho, And this is just about 2 hours later at 10:12 p.m. Thursday night. This is the storm. That little tail still lingering. Wow. Nope. It's not how Mother Nature works. So, this frequency here in Pennsylvania. Oh, and you got a tornado. That's right. An EF2 that did some damage. Washington still going. Yeah, powerful, extremely low frequencies hitting this in Pennsylvania. And it walls it off. But look at all of the superheating. Oh, and it's in a nice line. It's in a very nice line. And air masses going into different directions. North and, I don't know, southeast. And another air mass above this one. You can see the white chemtrails going north. And look at all of the HAARP next red rings up here, the north. This is amazing though. This little like strand. It's like a tail. The storm and its tail. We did get an awful lot of rain on Thursday. Oh, North Carolina had power outages, trees down. You can see the microwaves in the precipitation. You can see all of the next red HAARP rings, the circular rings, that also, it's the sawtooth frequency. You can see it looks like a saw, these edges, the teeth of a saw, right here. This whole thing. Look at this. This is huge. This is North Carolina, Virginia. But look at the microwaves in here. You can see the signatures. It's like lines. And these lines, and these lines. I mean, the whole thing. Yes, we have mainstream media lying. But if you notice, this thing is fried. This thing is so, it's one big, it's just a jumble of frequencies going through this. You notice all of the, you either see the straight lines or the circular lines, but they're extremely defined. I mean, they're perfect. And the ripple effect in the precipitation, it's throughout the entire thing. It's really remarkable. Sometimes I forget to pause it, and I end up having to do something else, and that's clear that I did that then. So you can see this is further up north. This is Pennsylvania, and into New York. Yeah, you got blasted. You got blasted. Look at this. My God. Intersecting HAARP next-red rings, the high-frequency heating of the ionosphere that passes down to Earth with very powerful, extremely low frequencies. And yes, they can bring about a whole lot of different types of extreme weather. But I'm telling you, I am seeing things on radar that I have never seen before, and it's really pretty amazing. Oh, like that. What might you say this is? Okay, don't know. But they clearly don't care about people, other species, life itself. So what happened? All right, well, first, let me just quickly go through this. There have been Oregon fires. Wind, dry conditions, yep. Fuel, nearly 24 fires burning in western Oregon. No homes or structures are threatened, but those must be the fires that I've been seeing on radar and showing. Oil spill in North Dakota. Oh, great. Oil spill in North Dakota. It is Keystone Pipeline's second in 2 years. I'm going to link below. You can read all about it. What else do we have? We've got a sinkhole swallowing a bus. Pittsburgh. Wow. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, I don't know. What do you say? Extremely low frequencies that are blasting away through the ground, causing an awful lot of, well, weaknesses, vulnerabilities in the ground. All right, so storm kills 2, knockout power, downs trees. This is in New Jersey. So let me just read this quickly. 500,000 customers without electricity in some areas. It could be days before all power is restored, and it's cold. A man who was injured when a tree fell on his van later died. This was Tennessee. An 82-year-old Catholic priest from Glenville died Thursday night after he got out of his car on a flooded road and was swept away. All of this was I don't think the Catholic priest died in Tennessee, but they're not telling us where. New York City suburb, a 9-year-old was injured on Halloween when she was hit by a falling tree while trick-or-treating. Another person was injured when a tornado touched down in Pennsylvania. Tornado with winds of 111 to 135 miles per hour tore through Glen Mills, Delaware County suburb of Philadelphia. 24 homes were damaged. 1 person was injured. 75,000 homes and businesses were without electricity in Pennsylvania. In the western part of the state, storms caused flooding, mudslides, road closures. High winds Friday morning caused a car fire to spread to other vehicles in a hotel parking lot, leaving 6 cars damaged. How'd that car? I don't know. 147,000 customers without power in New York after a night of heavy rain, wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. Governor Cuomo told the news on Friday that several hundred people were evacuated in scattered areas around the state because of high waters. In the central New York village of Dolgeville, police used a boat to rescue people from a home. The Buffalo area, meanwhile, saw flash flooding after 4 to 5 inches of rain. The Adirondacks a state of emergency was declared in Essex County. Small bridges were closed because of rising water. Many schools canceled classes. In Burlington, Vermont, the amount of rainfall in some parts of northeastern New York and northern Vermont almost doubled what had been forecasted. Wow. Maine Emergency Management Agency warned that some residents will likely be in the dark until into the weekend, following winds that top 70 miles per hour. On the coastal town of Castine, howling wind, downed trees, damaged homes, temporarily shut down the only two roads. State's largest utility, Central Maine Power, getting help from crews from other utilities, including some in Canada, and is trying to line up even more help, but is struggling because there's damage all over the region. Great, isn't it? Just friggin' fabulous. See the unbelievable storm damage in Bucks. I believe this is Maryland. Bucks County? No, Pennsylvania. Sorry. Wow, another tree down. Look at all of... It's like if you had a relationship with somebody and they were physically healthy and then they started having rashes all over their body and spots all over their body, would you not notice? Well, wow. Where are the roots? Lots of houses were damaged from trees falling. Just Thursday. Where are the roots? These are huge trees that are toppling. Well, yeah, I have a lot of videos that I can't get open. This is one. Maybe it'll open. I don't know. This is another one. Can't get it open. This is another one. They won't open.
Well, scenes like this.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
Well, scenes like this were all over Buffalo today. Trees down, blocking roads, and making a general mess of things for anyone who wanted to go anywhere.
And when trees go down, so does the power. Top 23,000 customers still don't have electricity around Western New York tonight. Buffalo and Amherst. Some may get it back until tomorrow or even Sunday.
And along the lake shore, homes and towns have a big mess to clean up from the waves that pushed up on shore throughout the night. Good evening.
Now, I did, in my last video that I just posted a little while ago, include a patent where they can create currents. The storm surges, man can create it. Oh, good.
Power crews were scrambling to get the lights back on in several local communities today.
Last night's storms knocked out power all over. Chris Hoffman's live with how the repairs are going. Chris.
Good evening. Yeah, for some areas they were even underwater. 4th Avenue here in Coraopolis looked more like a canal yesterday. It's one of the main roads going in and out. Today it's much less debris.
All right. You can watch these, you know. Roads closed, flooding on roads, not receding, trick-or-treating, and flooded water. And mud left behind. Cleanup underway in western New York. Wow. Okay. Let me just play a few minutes of this.
To the east, where wind is the real danger. Take a look at this home in the Philadelphia area. The roof completely ripped off overnight. We're going to go to Rob Marciano, who is tracking all the latest. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Michael. Boy, it was a rough Halloween for so many people, and unfortunately, look at this damage. We're getting this fresh video out of Delaware County, Pennsylvania, just near outside of Philadelphia. This home completely destroyed, at least parts of it. Someone was injured here, unfortunately. Such dangerous weather across that area. New York City, here in Queens, a lot of damage from trees there. We did have one 9-year-old girl that was hurt by a tree limb that fell on her in New Rochelle. Now, Governor
You see how unbelievably diseased is this tree?
almost heading to the storm zone upstate, but this has hit much of the country, a huge swath of high-impact weather.
Millions of Americans slammed with wicked weather this Halloween. Intense storms moving from the Midwest through the East Coast. Accumulating snow, flooding rains, and damaging winds slamming 45 million Americans. Whipping rains lashing West Virginia. Winds gusting there over 60 miles per hour.
This is kind of scary.
Branches snapping, littering the streets, bringing down power lines and blocking roads up and down the East Coast. Power knocked out to over 600,000. Heavy rain in Missouri, leaving this park buried underwater. Roads flooded in Pennsylvania. Cars stuck, blocking intersections, stalled in the high waters. Intense winds completely uprooting trees, crushing cars in Allentown. Those vicious winds pushing trick-or-treaters around the streets just outside Syracuse. In New York City, the roof ripped off this store. In Brooklyn, a whole neighborhood losing power. This massive tree toppling onto a house, crushing the cars in the street. Milwaukee seeing their snowiest Halloween ever. Some parts of Wisconsin blanketed by more than a half a foot of snow. But the snow couldn't scare away these trick-or-treaters. Kids bundled up to collect their candy, trudging through over 3 inches of slushy snow in metro Chicago.
The third coldest Halloween on record in Chicago. There's
And it's friggin' cold here in South Carolina. That's it for me. Yeah, when man controls the weather and controls information output, meaning mainstream media, well, it's hard to know when we're focused on the California fires, and all of this is going on in many states as well. Yep, more and more Americans keep going over the edge. All links are below. Stay safe, everybody. Stay warm.